What's going on, guys? Freaking Trades here, bringing you another new weekly stock watch list. Bringing these back, guys. Like I said last week, my goal and promise for you guys is bringing these every Sunday again. I know you guys benefit a lot from these videos because you guys get to learn the setups that I'm watching, what setups I'm successful on, and how to outview or get a view on the week and how we're looking. So before we get started, though, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. I would really appreciate it. We're growing the channel a lot more rapidly now, almost at 1,100 subs, which is pretty crazy to see. But yeah, appreciate it, guys, and let's go ahead and dive into the video. So as far as earnings go for this week, really not too much going on. As you guys can see here, there really isn't too much going on. We got Dollar Tree. That could be something to maybe see how that reacts on its mornings on Wednesday morning. NIO is another tech car company, almost like Tesla version of that. Got that on Thursday before open, and looks like that is about it. Docu could be another one. I haven't looked at Docu for a minute now, but maybe that gets some sort of traction. We'll have to see. But yeah, not too much going on the earnings side of things here, which, you know, not too bad of a thing. But with it, with the new seasonal earnings around the corner, we could look to get some chop, or maybe not as many highs as we've been getting in the market. So that'll be something to keep an eye out for. So moving on, though, this is your guys' favorite part for sure, is the watch list. Not too much of a watch list going on for this week, as you guys will see here in a bit, but let's go ahead and talk about it a little. So as far as ES goes, or SPY, whichever index you guys use for the S&P 500, I like to use the futures of SPY, which is ES on Thinkorswim. There really isn't too much going on here. You know, you guys saw that we had the sell-off on Friday, and we actually ended up buying all of that back. You can see here on the 4-hour candle, we actually engulfed the entire candle from the sell-off that we had, which is actually pretty crazy to think. So as far as ES goes, I really don't have too much anything going on right now. We're kind of stuck in a range. I wouldn't say stuck in a range just yet, but you can see we got bought at the 5,200 level, and we're back at the 5,300 level, all within one day. So my outlook for ES this week is I'm either looking at the 5350 area, see if we can get any sort of close or open above that at some point, or anything below 5200 for more downside. So that is just my outlook for ES for the week. Nothing too much going on right there. NQ is a similar story, but just with one key difference, which is the trend line you guys see here on the 30-minute. Same story in NQ, though. Sold off, and we ended up getting bought back. Obviously not as aggressive as ES, so that's something to keep in mind, that the tech stocks didn't get bought back all the way through. But as you guys can see here on the 30-minute time frame, I actually have a trend line here starting from Tuesday of this prior week, and you can see what we've been rejecting along it multiple times now. So going into tomorrow, or at least going into the week, I want to see if we either gap up or break through this trend line either during Monday trading or any given point to see if we get any more upside with any of the tech stocks that, any of the tech setups that I have lined up for you guys. So, but yeah, same thing with NQ. Is I'm not watching anything till maybe 18,700 or 18,900, and then as far as the downside goes, nothing till 18,200. So that's the area we got bought up at. So pretty tricky area that we're currently in, with no consolidations or anything forming from the upside or the downside. Both sides are pretty far away. We're kind of just stuck in the middle, so we kind of have to let the market develop a little and see where we kind of either consolidate, which ways we push through or pull back from. All that's going to be important going forward. So but yeah, this is your guys' favorite part here. As far as the main watch list goes, I have Apple. Apple is actually one of the cleaner setups here. If I put this on the daily, you can actually see right now that the all-time high is at 199.62. and we are currently in a ascending wedge. Now, the only problem with this ascending wedge is I have it currently breaking out at 193. That is the area that I will be looking to take this trade on. The only other problem is Apple had news earlier this week where it had something to do with China and Apple percentage of phones being sold was like 30% more. That obviously pushed Apple a lot, from 190 all the way up to almost 195. So you can look to take this in two different ways to trade. We can either take the breakout at 193, or we can be safe and wait for the level at 195. I'm going to go ahead and take the risk at 193 because that is the flat top area on the daily chart. And of course, from pre-market off of that day that I just talked about with the news, it's 195. So there are multiple ways you can trade this. Trade wherever you think is safer. I'm going to take the risk and trade it at 193 since that's the area we were holding beforehand, before this whole news catalyst that we had. So that is the setup on Apple. Looking pretty good. Ascending wedges are my kinds of setups, especially if we have some sort of key formation somewhere. So in 193 and 195 happen to be those levels for me. So Apple's looking pretty clean for us for this week. And as far as the other main watch setup, I really don't have much else that is really going on. Tesla was the only other stock. A lot of you are going to be surprised I don't have Nvidia, but I'll talk about that here after Tesla. As far as Tesla goes, Tesla's setup is looking really good as well. There are two ways we can play this, right? Currently, Tesla is stuck in the middle. I'm either looking to play Tesla to the downside, either at 173 or at Tesla at 183. So you can see that they're both $10 away, and Tesla closed in the middle. Why 183? Well, we have a 4-hour trend line from the top side that we rejected off of almost twice now. So that'll be something that prove to see if that's relevant enough and see if we can break with momentum into that double top at 183, which is the closest consolidation level we can find to play this trend line with. I don't like playing trendline breaks on their own. I like playing trendline breaks along with a key level or some sort of consolidation level or something along the lines of that. Tesla at 173, you can see that's the area we've been holding on. After 173, I have room down to 171.43 and then 170. So there's two ways we can play Tesla. It's stuck in the middle, $5 to $6 far away from each side. So it's just depending on whatever side ends up coming first. So that is the setup for Tesla though. And to touch back on Nvidia, the only problem that I saw with Nvidia for this week, guys, is that it's kind of just stuck in the middle of like everything. There's no clean formations anywhere. Someone could argue 1070. Sure, 1070 could be something that we could look forward to, but the only problem with 1070 is that it's $30 away. Now, the nice thing about Nvidia is that this does move overnight a lot. It can either gap up, it can gap down. There's lots of ways that Nvidia can move overnight or even over the weekend at this point. So as far as Nvidia goes, I don't have anything lined up for this week. If you are part of the Stock Hour Shout, we do talk about these stocks every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, so 30 minutes before after markets open, or before markets open, excuse me. And we talk about it more from there. But for the meantime, don't have anything lined up for Nvidia, so don't be too excited for that. It is the last week of Nvidia before it splits on next Monday. So that is going to be an exciting next week. Well, not this coming week, but the week after will definitely be something exciting to go into. So, and then last but not least, guys, is the side watch list. Nothing too much going on over here. Google's pretty far away from the upside from where I personally wanted at. You can see we have another trend line here on the 4-hour that we broke out for the first time, ended up coming back down, and we respected 2 more times after that. So as far as Google goes, it is $5 away from where I want to trade it at currently, $5 to $6 away at that 178, 179 level. Pretty far away, but it's a side watch for a reason. It's too far and too steep of a level for me to really put too much attention on. But for you guys, I'll put it there for you all to see and put down in your notes. So, and then for the last setup, actually, for the side watch list is SMCI. SMCI, as far as the other tech stocks go, you guys know it sold off and ended up being bought back just a tad bit, though. Currently, we have a double bottom at 760 on SMCI. Looking to play the continuation on that if we get any lower. But that is about it for SMCI. It's a double bottom, nothing too fancy going on right there. But yeah, that is the setup for SMCI. So, and pretty much it for the watches, guys. Like I said, not too much going on, but it is a week to definitely pay attention to see what the market has ahead of for us. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate you guys. Let's keep growing the channel. It's growing bigger than ever right now, so I'd really appreciate all the support that you guys can give. So, yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and then let's kill it for this coming week. So, peace out.